Have you had a chance to watch Mike Tyson's new training video yet? If not, you're definitely missing a whole of thrill. Iron Mike's fight with Jake Paul has been a viral sensation for a while now, and just recently, the notorious Tyson latest training footage was released. Let's take a look at what this means and what exactly does various boxing figures has to say. The training footage showed a more aggressive Mike unleashing his inner beast while preparing for the fight on a level that has shocked the world of boxing enthusiasts, and without a doubt, it has been the latest hot topic for the internet to discuss. His new and powerful peekaboo boxing style is actually not so new. It was his signature fighting stance developed by his trainer Costa Amato in the 90s, but it is such a young man's style of boxing. The same style coming from a much older Tyson decades later is the primary reason even the boxing pros seem to be terrified of this fight. The peekaboo style is both infamous and oftentimes misunderstood. It was even a controversial topic of discussion among Tyson's fans as to whether Tyson's previous losses had something to do with it. Now, why exactly is this training footage shocking boxing fans and legends alike? To pull off a peekaboo style, one would require a lot of energy and needs to be very quick and strategic. With that being said, only a truly motivational fighter can pursue such a style, and if Tyson doesn't possess the motive, who does, right? Just listen to this.
What got me into that stuff was self-hate, not loving myself and taking care of myself. No one person is an island. In order to succeed, you have to have help. You have to have goals. Without goals, who are we?
After watching the footage, many of his closest friends coming from the boxing field are showing concerns about the match. This is majorly due to the health risks associated with the match. Even the famous UFC president Dana White expressed his concerns in a recent interview, stating that he still has too many doubts about this fight, and he emphasized that Tyson's age of 58 plays a major role in his capacity to fight a younger player like Jake. His doubts were clearly sound when he said, "Mike is 60, man. I don't know, but let's see what he can do. I love Mike Tyson personally, as a friend, and he's one of my favorite athletes of all time." White's concerns were more about safety and whether the fight was, in fact, appropriate. Tyson's speed and energy are not lost to time, as this training footage is real-time proof to support this. In this specific video, Tyson was seen sparring with Rafael Cordeiro, a famous MMA coach. The session looked intense, as this wasn't something ordinary for Tyson's age. He was seen using the peekaboo style against Cordeiro. Even though Cordeiro was wearing boxing gloves and delivering punches toward Tyson, he wasn't successful at keeping Tyson back. Tyson strategically evaded the punches and moved with such speed and energy to deliver a hardcore counterpunch to Cordeiro. Former undisputed champion Lennox Lewis supported Mike after watching this clip. He went on to express his excitement for watching the real Tyson making a comeback with more style and power. Lewis, who recently passed his championship crown to Alexander Usyk, said this by commenting under Tyson's Instagram post. "That's the Iron Mike I wanted to see. Jake Paul's done." Lewis even shared an intriguing simulation of the fight on social media. In the post, Paul and Tyson are shown coming face to face in the octagon in the UFC 5 video game, with Tyson flying out of the traps by landing a devastating right hand, which sends Paul crashing to the canvas with his very first punch. And within seconds, Paul is seen to collapse on the canvas while Tyson had his hand raised in victory. However, in another footage of Tyson, he was seen explaining his technique to deliver his intense punch. Now, for those of you who want to know how the peekaboo boxing style works, let us explain. This style was popularized by Mike Tyson and developed by his trainer Costa Amato. It is characterized by a low, crouched stance with the hands held high near the face to protect the head. This style emphasizes constant head movement, bobbing, and weaving to evade punches, coupled with forward-moving footwork to apply pressure on opponents. The low stance reduces the target area, making it harder for opponents to land clean shots, while the aggressive approach allows for a powerful counterpunching opportunity. Peekaboo boxing is both defensive and offensive, designed to create openings for delivering strong counterattacks, making it highly effective for shorter, stockier fighters looking to dominate their opponents through constant pressure and dynamic angles. Sounds cool but intense, huh? Well, the legendary boxer Bernard Hopkins was pretty critical of Tyson's decision to use this and trained to fight against the upcoming match against Jake. He thinks Tyson's fighting someone as young as Jake Paul could degrade his legacy. Hopkins said that, "I don't like it. I think it's becoming more of a sideshow. It degrades him." He really feels this fight might not be the best move for Tyson's reputation. This is because the legendary Iron Mike, who is considered a boxing icon, is held in high regard by Hopkins, and that is exactly why he thinks this fight is unnecessary. But the famous UFC commentator and martial artist Joe Rogan believes the other way around. He expressed his completely sincere belief that Tyson still has the advantage of dismantling Paul even though he is old, which is mainly due to his experience with several years in the ring, delivering incredible endurance and aggressive power. There are others who support Joe Rogan and his prediction regarding the fight, like the British former professional mixed martial artist Michael Bisping, who showed extreme confidence with the potential outcome of this fight, tilting towards Tyson's side by saying, "Jake Paul won't survive this, I promise." He even continued to criticize Paul for taking the fight. Different boxing figures like Eddie Hearn and Conor McGregor expressed their part by stating that this fight is just a sideshow due to the huge age difference between Tyson and Paul. However, the legendary Evander Holyfield has gone around the suggestion and supported Tyson by commentating that Tyson is most likely to come out of this fight on top. He advised Jake Paul to stay close to Mike during the match, and if he didn't do this, Mike could knock him out cold. He even called Mike a snake and said that if he is given room to deliver a punch, it sure is game over for Paul. Now, this is coming from someone who defeated the Great Iron Mike and had his ear bit by Tyson in the Bite fight in 1997. Coming from a guy who took out Tyson and dominated the match while absorbing Mike's raw strength, speed, and strategy, especially the peekaboo style, this is not something to be neglected. The Aussie boxing legend Jeff Fennick expressed strategic opinion about the fight and regarding his current training style by saying, "I have no doubt if Mike takes it easy and doesn't try to punch at the same time. If he makes Jake Paul miss, Mike will knock him out in a couple of rounds, 100%. Now, there are certain advantages as well as disadvantages to this peekaboo style for Tyson to potentially win or lose this match. While Tyson is not his prime self, this recent post of training from him goes out to state a major point that the peekaboo could offer some theoretical advantages. Its focus on head movement and slipping punches might help Tyson avoid some of Paul's strikes. Additionally, the peekaboo's emphasis on closing distance could allow Tyson to get inside Paul's reach and land his own powerful punches. This style has an off-defense style, which goes against the normal boxing rhythm. Normally in a game, when the players punch and defend, understanding each other's rhythm. This would make the fight more safe and predictable. With that said, given enough room to use this element of surprise coupled with his years of training and application, his experience could surely come in handy to knock out Paul and potentially win this fight. Jake Paul can just adapt to taking up this style because it would only slow down his tall figure. The reason Tyson could actively fight using this style is due to his short stature. When he ducks, he practically is out of range for Jake, and when he surfaces with that aggressive and devastating signature punch, Jake can only take a step back to survive this. All in all, the peekaboo is not without its disadvantages for Tyson. For constantly following this style against what could potentially turn out to be a long match against the young and quick Jake Paul would draw too much strength out of Tyson too fast. If Mike could move slowly and use this style only when necessary, there is a great chance for him to win the fight, or else it could be damaging to his body and public image. Well, one thing is for sure, with Iron Mike's unpredictable and intense peekaboo style training and his long history of legendary unforgiving games with a youthful and quicker Jake Paul, the outcome is definitely hard to predict. Who do you think has more chance of winning the fight? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Like and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching. With more similar content, we'll catch you next time.